What else we got here? That's it. Darren, what you doing this week?
I saw Kubo.
And the Two Strings?
It's a fabulous movie. Animated stop motion animation with some computer stuff mixed into it.
It looks amazing.
How was that movie? I heard it's really great.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful movie. I mean, story-wise, it's not like too intense. You know, it's a kid movie. You know, a kid can see it, but an adult can enjoy it as well. I loved it. It's just a beautiful movie.
Is it music inspired? Is there music like?
There's music. It's not songs.
No, not like sing-along songs. But I'm talking about like, does it have
the kid?
He has a special power of playing two strings. You are out of control, Gerald. Two strings.
He plays an instrument and he tells stories with origami paper.
Okay.
And the paper comes to life and it does all this crazy stuff.
And he's trying to find his family or something with his family? Okay.
Yeah.
I've just seen the animation. It's insane.
Well, it's Matthew McConaughey.
Well, I don't really care about the voice acting as much because, like, voice acting you can kind of plug and play anybody, but, like...
I disagree.
No, I'm just saying, like, the animation itself, I mean, the last stop motion. Yeah, stop animation, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I think was, what's all the buttons, David?
Coraline, which I think it's the same
Coraline
studio.
was the last one. Yeah.
It's the same studio. They look fantastic. I mean, the amount of time and energy.
Super cool.
My dad went and saw it too. He said it sounded amazing. That was the big thing because he worked at Bose again, bringing up Bose.
Here we go. Sponsor Bose, wink, wink.
Yeah, I wish. No, but I mean, when he told me that means a lot. You know what I mean? Like he worked at Bose. He knows like good sound, and he's like, it's one of the best sounding movies I've ever heard for surround sound for an animated movie. Now you can get away with it because you're kind of recreating not real. You know, it's an animated movie, right?
Yes.
But he said the music, how it flowed with the movie, it's like you said, a beautiful movie.
It's very beautiful.
And not only that, but it featured Dolby's new projection equipment plus Dolby's new sound equipment. Right. So he was telling me today it's old Dolby stuff, but it's fantastic.
See,
sounding and visually and
working in surround sound, like a surround sound business. The thing I used to hate is the THX. Remember back in the day, it was at the beginning, the cow noise or whatever it was
like
called.
You are listening
to THX. So the thing that sucks about THX is a certification. So it's not a type of sound, quote unquote. It's a certification. Theaters have to get it. Somebody who's a THX employee or whatever comes in and says, okay, the room they put up different things to make it where it sounds correct.
Sure.
Approved. So people would always come in and they're like, I want that THX surround sound. I'm like, well, you'll never, like, you can get an amp that is THX certified, but you'd have to have somebody come from THX to your house. And nobody would ever get that.
Yeah, of course.
So they're like, it's not THX? I'm like, well, no. And they're like, well, I don't want it. And it's just like, I hate Lucas for that. On many other reasons, but one reason I do is the THX nonsense.
And the prequels.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know which one I'm more angry about specifically. But anyways, so...
no, go see it. It's great.
I think it's...
Yeah, it's rated great at Rotten Tomatoes. Unfortunately, it doesn't really have a lot of people going to go see it.
I think there was like 2 showings.
Yeah, it's the end of the summer movie season, so it kind of got...
lost in the shot. It's one of the few that actually, because we last week we talked about kind of how this summer's been kind of a
meh.
Oh yeah,
and that's one of the exceptions to that rule this year. And I think what's interesting to me is a lot of the smaller films and the smaller studios are pumping out really good movies. It's just they're not ever going to see the money that
It's no Civil War. You know what I mean?
I'm not even sure if it's still in the movie theaters.
No, it still is. It still is. Yeah,
go see
it. It'll probably do better if it goes to like I'll talk about another animated movie, but. Specifically, it's called The Little Prince. It was supposed to come out
the classic,
and then it came out. Yeah, and then it came out on Netflix, and it's amazing.
Did you watch it?
I watched it. It was fantastic. It's a kid's story, but it goes in some
like Jeff Bridges voice acting.
Yeah,
a lot of talent behind it.
I'll talk about it, but we'll finish up with Darren because we're on your Whatcha Doing.
What's cool? I mean, having a kids movie that crosses that or kind of touches that line of scariness.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like barely a kids
Coraline,
movie.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
Coraline is like borderline kids movie. That movie is
there's scary
man.
stuff in there.
and it deals with death and the idea of death. And
right.
like, that movie actually, I remember dealing with like clones, kind of. Like they're like...
It was freaking weird, man.
It was the upside down world.
Like I don't see a 5-year-old loving
in your
Kubo.
Eyes.
Maybe. It's got like a monkey in it, right?
There's a monkey, but...
Like comedy relief type thing. But that's, I think, what they're trying to do.
There's 2 like... ant witches who are trying to like rip her eyes out and stuff.
Jesus Christ.
It's scary stuff, you know. And so, but it's still a kids movie, so it appeals to adults and it appeals to kids, but
great.
a little bit
I
older
like those
kids.
kind of movies where it's just not marketed towards kids. It's
Right.
I
for
think
everybody. The whole family.
honestly, at the same time, I think we cut kids a little. Like they get it. Like kids aren't stupid. You know what I mean?
Kids
Like
aren't stupid.
No, and I think it's okay to they. At the end of the day, you just have to explain to your kids it's a movie. It's fiction.
Oh, sure.
Right? And I think that's what like I saw scary stuff as a kid, and I was scared certainly, but like we'd walk away. Maybe I'd have like a nightmare about it, but I'd get over it.
And it is a fantasy movie. If you don't like fantasy stuff, weird stuff like that, then it's not for you. But
see, one person I saw who reviewed it said it's like Legend of Zelda the movie. Like it's got some Zelda-ish stuff in it. Which when I heard that, I was like, yeah,
Does the main character Link?
No, but I think it's about like I don't know anything about the movie, but
Saving a princess.
Saving a princess. I don't know.
From Ganon.
no.
There's like a big bad guy, and you're trying.
There is
to,
a bad guy.
Yeah.
Yes. But
Anyways.
who's a relative?
A lot of dungeons.
Dungeons? Is there dungeons?
I don't know if there's a dungeon, but there is cool there's monkeys, there's fighting, there's cool fighting scenes, cool magic.
See, there you go,
it's
magic.
Beautiful. It's
is
beautiful.
there a bottle?
Gotta get the Great Fairy in the bottle.
Exactly. Anyways, okay. So you would recommend it? What else you got going on this week?
I am so excited for Narcos season 2. I can't wait.
Now you watched
Oh my god,
season
1. Holy crap.
This is the Pablo Escobar
Pablo Escobar.
Netflix original.
Netflix original.
I
series.
watched probably like the first 3 or 4 episodes. I did really thoroughly enjoy
How did
it.
you not finish it, man?
I
It's so
just didn't
good.
get its teeth in.
It's a lot of reading. If you don't speak
Thanks,
Spanish
Darren.
like I do.
a lot of subtitles.
I don't speak Spanish, by the way.
No,
But it's super cool. Man.
No, I what I enjoyed the most out of that show is how they cut like actual
Real
footage
stuff, yeah.
into the television
Yes.
show, which is fantastic. But I think for me, I'm just so I don't know. I'm kind of done with like the
Scarface type.
the Scarface thing. Like
You just gotta watch it, man. Like the guy who plays Pablo is freaking excellent as an actor.
He's like
I don't know
Pablo.
who it is. It's like a no-name guy, but like
I don't know
he's
who he is.
excellent as Pablo Escobar. I'm really excited for the season 2. Did you watch the first episode of season 2 yet, or did you
Not
watch
yet.
it? I just like got the notification on my phone, like, hey, Netflix,
Came out
like,
today,
hey,
right?
yeah, like season 2 came out yesterday, so I'm like, oh my god, I
Guess what?
that show.
gonna watch all of it.
Remember
Oh,
that
yeah, we're
life
gonna
you
binge
had?
it.
It's over.
Yeah, Labor Day weekend is gonna be a freaking Pablo Escobar weekend.
Now, are you a binge watcher? Do you sit and watch like?
I watch about 2 to 3 episodes.
And then you kind of
And then it's about 4 o'clock in the morning and I go to bed.
see. I think for me, like I'll probably I'm in that moment where there's going to be too much content that I feel like there's too much I can't catch up.
Oh, yeah.
So now I've got
It's gotta hook you. And for me, like, Narcos definitely hooks me, like the story and stuff, but it's just...
It took
gotta
me a
hook
few
you,
episodes to get into it. Like,
yeah,
I
I just-
watched like 2 and then stopped and then I went.
But the acting is so good, and like knowing, obviously, spoiler alert, he dies at the end of it. But like knowing the story of how he rose to power, and now
And the
the second season is like he escaped from the prison, and now it's like him on the run, and he being more ruthless than ever because he's on the run, and it's just super exciting to figure out what happens.
the more he gets in trouble, the more dangerous he is.
Exactly,
And the
yeah.
more awesome it is.
right.
You know.
I think for me, it's just it's almost again. This isn't it. Breaking Bad was copying a lot of those ideas, right?
One of my favorite shows
getting
of all
over
time.
getting over your head, trying to figure out problems at the last second.
Except this is real.
And that's why I think but I think the part of me why is like I've seen this story. I know how it ends, right? He outsmarts the DEA or the federal agents or the Colombian agents that are trying to go after him, right? And like also like the ruthlessness of it and stuff like that. Some of that I just don't. I'm just like, it's too much.
You know,
like,
I don't know,
like,
man.
like
I
I
think you
remember in
check it out.
episodes like
It's
pregnant women
freaking
were
excellent.
dying and because they were like smuggling drugs into them, and I was just like,
True.
I can't. Like this is too much. Like
Dude, it's deep, man.
no,
but
I
it's
know.
real for
no,
one.
Netflix doesn't pull punches, which I certainly appreciate.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
just one of those things where it's like.
you get enough of that in the real news.
Yeah, I'm
too.
like, I'd rather have something a little bit lighter. Like,
Positive.
yeah, you know what I mean? It's just like, like that's because that's what makes a show so great.
How
I think
real
something
and
about
grounded in reality
something
is.
about somebody so powerful who it just doesn't, just goes all out. That's why we like Scarface so much. Like that's why he's like a hero, even though he's like
anti-hero.
he's like a
And
crazy.
that's the thing is, I'm sure the show to some extent kind of makes him cool.
They do make him cool. He is.
Yeah,
cool.
I don't know about that.
He has almost like Scarface says, no women, no women, no kids, or whatever he says.
Right.
He has kind of like
He has a
something
code.
of a code, and I think Americans just love that stuff for some reason.
Well, we like rooting for the bad guy. I mean, as long
do.
as we just need to have a worse bad guy, right? Like or the good guy is kind of has unclean hands. right? Like we don't mind. Here's I think what it is, especially in fiction. Like you think of like Ocean's 12 and Ocean's 11 and all those movies, and The Italian Job. Yeah, you enjoy again, if a bad guy has a code, like, oh, he does bad things, but he's
doing it for his family.
As long as he's not
stealing the bread for
but he's not.
He's Robin Hood.
Right, but it's like Breaking Bad. You rooted for that Walter White's doing all these terrible things, but at the end of the day, he's an likable character because of his
intentions.
Well, at first he was doing it because to help pay for his cancer medication. And it's like, oh wait, I'm really good at this. I'm just gonna make a lot of money.
Right, and that's
and Americans love money, by the way.
Of course. And so I don't think that's just exclusive to Americans, by the way. But
that's human beings love money.
We do love, and so that's why it has that universal appeal. I mean, who doesn't want to be a billionaire?
Right,
totally.
What
are you going to do for it?
Are all the same people back? Is it because I know the DEA agent was another main character in it and stuff like that.
Looks like the same people.
Yep.
Good.
Looks. I can't wait.
Can't wait. Gonna go home and watch it immediately.
It's got the guy from Game of Thrones and Diego Luna. Oh no, what's his name? The guy from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, you're right.
He's in it. The Viper.
Yeah, the Red Viper.
Yeah, the Red Viper gets his eye.
In it. Really great.
Okay, cool.
Check it out, David. Finish it up. Come on now.
Anything else?
That's it.
All right, you got to tell me what
David. What are you up to? Or what are you doing?
You gotta say what you're doing.
What you doing?
There you go. Couple things. Some sad news. This week is the passing of a amazing icon, Gene Wilder.